So we have Kriti and Ashok from Project Potential today. Kriti works as an associate director at Project Potential. She plays a leading role in designing and implementation of programs related to skilling and livelihood. Ashok works as an associate director, program strategy and operations, and is passionate about creating meaningful impact in healthcare, youth development, and leadership, and has special interest in monitoring and evaluation systems and driving scalable and sustainable change in underserved communities. So welcome and thanks Kriti and Ashok for joining us. I'm handing it over to you to share more about both the NGO. We'd like to hear more about starting with like what Project Potential is doing, with what all projects you're working on, and then moving on to learning more and sharing more about the project where you've used Avni, where you've done digitization and so on.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Wherein
Thanks, Arjun.
Parth can give you the
I'll
access to share your slide deck, and you can take over the mic to share
Sure.
this.
Give me 1 second. I'm just sharing the screen. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we can
screen is
start.
visible. You can just maybe slide deck presentation mode. Yeah, so it's now in presentation mode. Thanks.
Also, this presentation where we'll focus on both the things a little bit to know about Project Potential and all the work we are doing in Bihar. And then we'll move into understanding how we are able to use the Avni platform created by Samnvay Foundation to solve one of the problems which we were working on as health access program. So we're going through and kind of sharing what were the challenges and how Avni came into picture and how we have taken it forward and implemented it. The introduction about the organization will be shared by Kriti. Over to you, Kriti.
Thank you so much, Ashok. Hi, everyone. This is Kriti from Project Potential. And thank you, Arjun, for introducing us as well. So, Project Potential was co-founded by Zubin and Abod in 2015 with an idea to solve poverty in India's poorest district. Zubin is born and brought up in US and met Abod in 2012 while he was doing an internship in Bihar. Abod was working in that organization. They aligned on, the common vision of solving the problems of addressing poverty problem, and they co-founded Project Potential. Eureka then joined us in 2017, and she has been the strong pillar of an organization. She played an important role in setting up the processes, in setting up the operational part of the organization. We we are very lucky to have been funded by Narayan Murthy sir, Shibulal sir, Rohini ma'am, Dinesh sir, Vikram sir, and Ajim Premji. And there we also have CSR support from Infosys Foundation, Bajaj Finserv, APPI as well. Ashok, can we move forward? So our vision is to end poverty sustainably and inclusively in India's poorest district. And the way we see happening is through enabling intergenerational social mobility. What it means simply is that if you are born poor, you don't would want to encourage you to find ways so you don't live poor throughout your life, and you don't end up doing a similar task that your ancestors and parents were doing. So, how do we do it? We try to focus on youth engagement, providing career counseling, skilling, and job opportunities. And these youth are generally from marginalized backgrounds. And what kind of jobs we provide? The one which are aspirational, which are dignified, and give them an earning opportunity that is much more than what their ancestors were and parents were earning. Uh, So we are also working on a health project, and you may ask if your vision is to, if you are working on providing skilling opportunities, how does a health project falls into your work of area? So we have observed that in emergency situation, in health emergencies, a family is thrown into debt, and the health expenses are huge with an unstable infrastructure we have in Bihar. And Ayushman card provides a insurance and a blanket to the families from marginalized communities. So Ashok will talk about more about health related project, and please visit our website. You will get to know other projects that we are doing. Thank you so much. Over to you, Ashok.
Thanks, Kriti. The specific program as part of Project Potential, which we are focusing here, is now what we have seen that, as Kriti has mentioned, a lot of people here in the community are unable to go if they have any healthcare issue. And being in below the poverty line, it becomes more challenging for them to arrange for the money and everything. And being a problem, and we have also seen government have taken some initiatives, uh, different initiatives to provide and have that gap filled through different schemes called Ayushman Bharat, where PMJ Y scheme is there, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana scheme. So what we were trying to do is that if certain government schemes are there, how we can help the community to get awareness about those schemes, and also will able to kind of enroll in these schemes and later be able to get benefits out of these schemes. With an objective of keeping this in mind, we went and started working in some of the panchayats of Kishanganj district, which is our focus area here. And currently, with this particular project, we are focusing, at least we'll make one panchayat 100% Ayushman card enrolled and help them utilize the benefits of those cards. So, making this as our goal for the project, we went and started working in a particular panchayat called Besarbati in the Thakurganj block. And one of the things which we found, as I said, that why for this problem where we need digitization, generally when we do any programs related to this, one of the methods of looking at this is that where we go with a lot of manual data collection, where when we are doing card creation or when we are distributing card, we used to collect all the records and everything on manual pen and paper. And we felt that due to that, the tracking was difficult, whether beneficiaries have got it on time or if there is an issue, we were not able to track it properly. To solve this problem of kind of supporting the on-field team so that they could efficiently provide those cards, create more awareness, and also able to track the beneficiaries on a day-to-day basis, we went way of digitization. And here our focus was use Avni platform, majorly for benefits of Avni platform for us was like it was able to seamlessly help us integrate all the processes. Like from the point of where we were doing the KYC of the beneficiaries to tracking the card, printing the card, and ensuring that the card is distributed to beneficiaries. Second bigger benefit of using Avni for us was like its functionality of able to work in offline mode. One of the major concerns for us when we are working in the rural areas is that the limited or no availability of internet connectivity. Even if we were trying to use other mediums like Google Form or Kobo tool, the challenge was seamless availability to uh, uh, collect all the data and also keep track of it. That was one of the major reasons why we went for Avni. And we also are able to kind of track whatever work is happening on the field by sitting. Uh, Sitting in our offices, we are able to track whatever is happening at the end of the day, how the on-field team is working, and what kind of support is needed, and also how many beneficiaries got benefited with getting access to the health card. So we are able to kind of track, have a report of end-to-end work on the field, plus able to track the beneficiaries. In addition to that, we kind of on an overall at a organization level wanted to do this digitization to kind of take it forward for other projects also. So where we are seeing a lot of our youth is engaged on field to kind of uh, work for the community. And we felt that these are the major reasons where we felt Avni played an important role for us to move into the part of better efficient work of implementing our program. I have a video. I'll see if I can play it. This is what our Avni app for health access program looks like, where the field team, all the field workers who are working could be able to see all the details of the beneficiaries, where they can do their registration, then they can update us on how the EKYC has gone, how many EKYCs have been done, how many have been pending, to whether the card has been generated till the point the card has been distributed. I'll just give a glimpse of how it looks on the app which we are using, where we are focusing on uh, capturing all the data on the field. So this is something we are capturing for each beneficiary, all the data. Then we kind of move into kind of capture whether they're eligible for this scheme or not. If they're eligible, whether we have done the eKYC or not. Once we have done the eKYC, whether we have downloaded, able to download their card or not. If we are unable to do, we are also capturing the reasons why we are not able to do eKYC or download or say distribution. We have put in system to capture all of them. So here, what we have done is that we had opportunity to one way to kind of uh, take help from Avni to create the whole system and give it to us, and the other option to kind of train our team, and the team kind of take it forward to create the design of the app in terms of the requirement from the support which was given by the Avni team, like the Samanvay team. So first, what we have done, we have gone through 6 weeks of training, which was given uh, by the Samanvay team, which has helped us to kind of understand how this Avni platform works, the concepts of Avni platform. Then we took the next 1 month to kind of how we can on a self-service basis use this app for our requirements. So in the last few months we were got trained first, then we then moved on to create as per our requirement the app what we wanted to use for our health access program. And one of the major reasons for us to choose this self service model was we wanted to build a team at our organization level, which can in future could also can translate this learnings of self-service model for implementing in the future. And also it is more cost effective for NGOs where the challenge of having enough funds to kind of move into digitization. So keeping in these two objectives, we try to kind of move with the self-service model. How has this helped using is that we have a better beneficiary engagement which is happening, where the on-field team can spend more time helping the beneficiary understand about the scheme and helping them to kind of do more work on the awareness part. On an organization level, it vastly improved our operational efficiencies. Earlier, we used to kind of do all the entries manually and then kind of entered into this Google Sheets by a data operator or a data entry persons. Now, the focus has been where we could directly get the data on the app digitally, and then which can be used for our analytic purposes and data analysis purposes, plus also tracking how the on-field team is working. These are some of the dashboards created by us to capture on a monthly basis and on a day-to-day basis how the work is going on specific to this Ayushman card program. And these are some of the testimonial given by our field team where they felt that the offline mode has really benefited them to work. And also the other point of its availability in multiple languages. We have given our model in our ground team majorly uses Hindi. So we have also given them the option to work on the app on Hindi language. In addition to that, our focus is also in future to how we can engage the benefits of this Avni app for our other programs where we are continuously working with the youth. So in future, we're planning to kind of scale up this digitization work to other projects where we are focusing on working with youth in terms of skilling and employability. That's all from my side. If you have any questions, I can try to answer them.
Hey Ashok, this is Vinay. One of the, I think in your last slide you had mentioned, can you go to the last slide, please? The very
The
last one.
right?
The testimonials, yeah. Yeah, I was a bit curious when I saw that. A visual comparison chart depicting key metrics before and after the implementation. I'm sure it's not there in this presentation, but do you happen to know what they are and how they have changed?
No, I plan to do that, but I could not do at this point of time. But this is one thing which I want to kind of do in a week or 10 days time, because I want to kind of capture more information on this before I could place before other people. Like I haven't done in detail, but this is one thing I'm focusing.
Got it. Thank you.
But to answer your question, one of the major change which I have observed is the number of initially they had challenge of creating the cards and also kind of inputting the information on the Avni app. But after working for 2 to 3 weeks, each having their own understanding levels, now they're at a stage where they are becoming more efficient in terms of the number of cards being created uh, in a day, and more amount of time being spent with beneficiaries to understand their challenges. Because when you go to communities, one of the biggest challenges is that generally people just do the eKYC and leave it there. And we are trying to provide them all the information from doing the eKYC to providing their health card in their hands. So, and also making them aware about how they can use those cards. So that is one difference. We have seen that they could spend more time on creating awareness about where they can go. Like we have seen cases where we have instantly created the cards and people have gone hospital in 2 3 days time before they're not aware and were not able to do that. So they people who are working on field would bring that information to us saying that these are the emergency requirement, and we would try to kind of the what would say the lagging period of the time period where from eKYC to printing and then distributing card has become very less. In some of the emergency cases, we are able to do much faster because we have systems in place now through digitization. Hope I answered the question.
Yeah. It does. Thank you.
Go on, Himesh.
Yeah, hi Ashok. Himesh here from Samanvai. I had a question regarding your statement that there's another project about skill development, which would like to also make use of digitization technologies. So would there be an overlap in the user base as well as in the beneficiary area or location and demography and so on? And you need a different organization projects to be set up specifically for that? What is your thinking regarding that?
So to answer your question, so the beneficiary here are different because here we are working in health access program, working with the demographic will be same, but the age group will be very different because for Ayushman cards, everyone who is eligible from the age of 0 to 60, whatever their age is, there's no age limit there. If they're eligible, they have a ration card, they're eligible and they become beneficiaries for Ayushman card. But when we talk about skill related project, we'll be more focusing on the youth and mostly in the age group of 15 to 29, and where we're trying to connect them to different opportunities, which may be only skill related opportunities, or it will be a combination of skills plus employability. So that will require a little bit different design, and we are still working on how to go about it. We had some initial discussions with Arjun, but we haven't taken it forward to the next phase of working on it, where we are focusing on creating a huge database and trying to connect them to different opportunities.
Okay. And the user database for the people, the field users who will do this work, would there be an overlap with them? And what and the user currently doing the maternal child health programs?
Uh, the overlap will be there for the youth, but the whole design might not work because the requirement and the problem statement is different for both the issues. What we want to solve is different. Here, we want to mostly solve the assurance, but the overlap will be there because the youth in the age group 59-29 may also be the beneficiaries of the Ayushman card, but the problem which we are trying to solve is a little different. But only on basis of overlap on the user base, there is a small range of user base overlap is there.
Yeah. Thanks, Ashok.
But to also add to that point, one thing is that here we are providing the end-to-end service of providing the Ayushman card. So the beneficiary is not directly using any of the services. But in case of the employability and the user thing, maybe there's a lot of engagement from the youth and participation in terms of using the database. So in that way, if you see it, there is very less user base overlap.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Ashok.
Just one correction. I believe you said by mistake. So I think you mentioned 6 weeks for the training. We had 6 sessions of 2 hours each.
Sorry, my
Yeah.
we
But yeah,
had,
I
I
was
think,
jokingly saying. Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
go ahead. Yeah, my bad. I think it's
No, I was
6 sessions.
I was jokingly saying, I was jokingly saying that someday we hope there is that much to learn in Avni that it becomes a 6 week training. But yeah, at the moment it's like 6 sessions of 2 hours each are sufficient to cover most of the key parts.
I think I have combined the one month support plus the training, where in my mind it was 6 weeks. I think that's what I mentioned. Yeah, but the
Oh,
training
that's
was
what you.
really helpful. Hmm.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, Parth.
Yes. So, since you mentioned that the self-service training is very useful for the NGOs who have a very limited budget for the digitization, I just wanted to understand, I mean, what was your experience? I think you have a tech background, but people who don't have any knowledge about coding or who has just worked with the Google Forms and everything, what do you think? How soon any NGO can roll out their project using, I mean, with the help of the training?
I think I would say one critical part depend upon is the clarity about what is the problem we are solving and how we want to solve it using the Avni app. Because if we have that clarity and with the training, it will help us understand about how to use different functionalities available in the app to kind of create the app to solve the problem. And in addition, the 1 month support is really helpful where from the theoretical knowledge to kind of practically working on our problem is a process where the support really helps. The training plus support plays an important role. The combination should always be there for anybody from the non-tech background. One of the challenges people might face while implementing would be there could be after that 1 month if they want to make certain functionality changes, which might require a lot of coding, and that may be where they need to kind of take support from the systems available. One is that Avni provides that support. The other thing is like you kind of do a little bit of experimentation around because now a little bit of AI enabled tools are available. So it's a combination of exploring how you could utilize the resources available to kind of work on it. But I would say that having enough time to kind of properly do the training plus able to utilize the 1 month support period will really help you to kind of reach at least 80 to 85%. The next 15% variable you have to kind of work around it and kind of take it forward. It's a learning phase which keeps on going for the first 2 to 3 months.
Definitely. Yeah. Thanks.
I think what worked out really well, I think, Ashok, is you had set out some time to get this done. So even during the training, you were able to do the exercise that were given. And then even afterwards, immediately as the training completed, you had some timeline in your mind, which was aligned with the support period to roll out the whole project. And you were immediately after the training, you were at it, trying to set it up, asking questions, requesting for call to get clarity on or reviewing the data model that you had come up with, which has really helped. I mean, just to put this in context for everybody, I think we completed the training somewhere, I think 4th of maybe 2nd of October or 1st of October or something like that, first week of October. And then Ashok had rolled out the project on ground on 26th of October. So this kind of clarity and focus is something on the NGO side and on your side, Ashok, that was something that was amazing. And we were able to get it like live so quickly.
I think so. I think that really helps when you do just after the training, and it really helps to go and have that clarity of requirement, and then piloting some of the things we have learned to kind of do it with the requirement. I think it really helped keeping those timelines and having that clarity.
So thanks a lot again, Ashok, Kriti, and everybody else for joining us for this meetup.